Hello friends, hope you all are doing well. Myself Anurod Ankit. Today we are going to discuss the exercise questions which I have provided you on percentage topic. Okay, so the first question. In measuring the sides of a rectangle, one side is taken 5% in excess and other 4% in deficit. Find the error percent in area calculated from the measurement. So we have learned the concept on percentage earlier. Now I have told you how to do such type of questions when there comes a questions on equivalent change. So here in this question, what we are witnessing that one side is taken 5% in excess and other 4% in deficit. Find the error percent in area calculated from the measurement. So one side plus 5% and the other side is minus 4%. Because what is area? So area is length into breadth or length into width. So equivalent change will be x plus y plus xy by 100. So 5 minus 4 minus 5 into 4 by 100. So this is 1 minus 1 by 5, that is 1 minus 0.2. So 0.8%. So it is positive value point plus 0.8. So it is excess. If it would be negative value, then it would be deficit. So the answer will be option number C. Okay. Now the next question. This is one level up from that equivalent change. In that equivalent change, there were two percentage given. One is an increase and second is a decrease, or first part is decrease and second is the increase. But here successively there are 3% given. So how to find it? Find a single equivalent change increase if a number is successively increased by 20%, 25% and 30%. So how to find this? Look, first the number got increased by 20%, then it got increased by 25%, and then it got increased by 30%. So what we will do, we will take the equivalent change of first two, and then whatever comes, then we will take the equivalent change of the resultant of the first two and the last one. How? So first we will take the equivalent change between 20 and 25%. So it will be plus 20 plus 25 plus 20 into 25 upon 100. So this will be 45 plus 500 upon 100 plus 5. This is 50. Now we will take the equivalent change of 50 and 30. So 50 plus 30 plus 50 into 30 upon 100. So it will be 80 plus 15, that is 95%. So 95% B is the correct answer. So whenever you will apply the equivalent change formula in such type of questions, your speed will automatically increase. Okay, so we will move towards the next question. The price of a sugar is decreased by 20% and its consumption increases by 30%. Find the new expenditure as a ratio of initial expenditure. This question seems to be quite confusing, but this is also a question based on equivalent change concept. How? Expenditure is what? Expenditure is equal to price into consumption. So here, the price of a sugar is decreased by 20%. So price got decreased by 20%. And the consumption increased by 30%. So consumption got increased by 30%. So what is the difference between the initial and the final? So let's say the initial percentage is 100%. Now we will find the equivalent change with respect to this 100%. That will be your final expenditure. And then we will take the ratio between the initial and the final. Okay. So what comes under the equivalent change? Decreased to minus 20, increased plus 30, minus 20 into 30 by 100. So this became 10 minus 6, that is plus 4. Means there is an increase of plus 4%. So initially if it was 100%, so new expenditure is how much? 104%. So when we will take the ratio of new expenditure upon original expenditure, So it will become 104 upon 100, that is equivalent to 26 upon 25. This will go in 4 times 25 and 4 times 26. So option A is the correct answer. Okay. Now the next question. Wheat is now being sold at rupees 25 per kg. During last month, its cost was rupees 20 per kg. Find by how much percent a family should reduce its consumption so as to keep the expenditure same. Such type of questions on this concept, you will definitely find at least one question in the examination, because the out of the total percentage part, this part itself plays an important role. So here, how we will approach this question? Here we have to keep the expenditure same. Means if the initial expenditure is 100%, the final expenditure will also remain 100%. Means for equivalent change, there is no change. Means equivalent change will be 0. Okay. Now wheat is now being sold at rupees 25 per kg. During last month, its cost was 20 per kg. So price got increased from 20 to 25. So how much percentage increase in price? So there is increment of 5 upon 20, that is 1 by 4, that is 25%. Now the price has increased by 25%. So we must reduce the consumption so as to keep the expenditure same. So again we will apply those equivalent change concept here. So 0 is equivalent to x. Then x is your 25% increase, 25. Then consumption will automatically reduce. So it will be minus x. So minus x minus 25 into x by 100. Now solve for x. Whatever we will get, that will be our answer. So this is 25 is equivalent to, this is x by 4. Okay. So x plus x by 4, 5x by 4. So it will go on the left hand side. It will become plus 5x by 4. Now cancel 5 from this 25. It is 5. Now x is equivalent to how much? 20%. So by how much the consumption should reduce? So consumption should reduce by 20%. Option B is the correct answer. Again, I will explain it to you. Look, here it is saying that by how much percent a family should reduce its consumption so as to keep the expenditure same. Means there is no change in expenditure. If the expenditure earlier was also 100%, so final expenditure will remain the same, that is 100%. So equivalent change is 0. So I have equated this with that 0, that is equivalent change is 0. So we have find the value of x, that is 20%. So that is your answer. Fine. Look, when the price of a tea was increased by 25%, a family reduced its consumption in such a way that the expenditure on tea was only 20% more than before. If 25 kg were consumed per month before, find the new monthly consumption. Okay. So here what is given, that when the price got increased by 25%, the family reduced its consumption in such a way that the expenditure on tea was only 20% more. So change in expenditure is what? So plus 20%. That is, if the earlier expenditure was 100%, so when the price got increased by 25%, the final expenditure became more than 20%. So it became 120% of the earlier. Okay. Now the equivalent change is 20%. Now the price got increased by 25%. So how much should the consumption get reduced? So let the consumption be reduced by x%. So 20 is equivalent to plus 25 minus x minus 25 into x upon 100. So this is how much? This became 5x by 4 equals 5. So from here 5 got cancelled, x is 4%. So the consumption should reduce by 4%. Now if the original consumption was 25 kg, means now what will be the new consumption? So if the original consumption, earlier the consumption was 25 kg and this got reduced by 4%, so new consumption will be how much? So just remove 4% from this 25. Let's say 100% is equivalent to how much? 25. So 1% will be equivalent to how much? 0.25. So 4% will be equivalent to how much? So 0.25 into 4, that is 1. So remove 1 kg from this 25 kg, and then you will get 24 kg. That is, the consumption got reduced by 4%. So our answer is option number A. This was a very nice question. Here, all the concept on equivalent change as well as the concept on percentage has been used in this single question. So if your concept is crystal clear, you can solve such type of question within 20 to 30 seconds. It will not take more than this. Here I am explaining you the entire part. That's why it's taking 1 or 2 minutes. But when you will solve it automatically, when you have learned these concepts, so it will barely take 20 to 30 seconds to solve this question. Okay. Now look, the next question. A man spends 75% of his income. His income increases by 20% and his expenditure also increases by 10%. Find the percentage increase in his saving. So I will explain you this question by two methods. One method is based on percentage concept and another method is based on mixture and alligation concept. Okay, so first we will see the percentage part. A man spends 75% of his income. Okay, this is the income, this is the expenditure, and this is the saving. 75% if he is spending on 75% of his income is if he is spending, so his expenditure will be 75%. So his saving will be how much? 25%. So means if his income is 100%, so expenditure is 75% and saving is 25%. Let's say the income is 100, not 100%. So expenditure is 75 and the saving is 25. Now, if his income increases by 20%, so it got increased by 20%. So it became 120. And the new, it got increased by 20%. So the new income is 120, but the increase is how much? Increase is 20 only. Now here, his expenditure also increases by 10%. So how much is the increase? So 7.5 is the increase. Now his income is 20, his expenditure is 7.5. So what will be the saving? Saving is 20 minus 7.5, that is 12.5. Means the increase is 12.5 out of 25. So out of 25, increase is 12.5. So how much is the increase? 12.5 is the increase. Out of 25, it means it is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 means 50%. The percentage value is 50%. So option B is the correct answer. I will explain you this question on another concept also, that is mixture and alligation. We will learn this chapter, but here little bit I will explain you about that. In mixture and alligation, what we do? There is quantity 1 and there is quantity 2. You mix both the quantity and this becomes the mean. So here is your expenditure, here is your saving. When you mix expenditure and saving, it becomes your income. So this is the mean value. Now you write the ratio of expenditure and saving here. So expenditure is how much? 75%, and saving is how much? 25%. So expenditure is to saving, the ratio is 3:1. Okay. Now what we do in mixture and alligation concept. This is a very beautiful concept. If you learn this concept, it will help you to solve a lot of questions on this concept very easily. Now here it is saying that the expenditure got increased by 10%, okay, and the income got increased by 20%. So according to mixture and alligation, this is the mean value, and this value is greater than one of the value and smaller than one of the value. So here 10 and 20, which is greater? So 20 is greater. So this value must be greater. So let's say this is x. Now we write the difference of quantity to and this income here. So the difference will be x minus 20. Now we will write the difference of this quantity, that is income, and this quantity 1. The difference is 20 minus 10, that is 10. Now this ratio will be equivalent to the ratio of expenditure and saving, that is x minus 20 upon 10 is equivalent to 3 by 1. So from here you will get that x minus 20 is equivalent to how much? 30. So x is equivalent to how much? 50. So 50% is the answer. But we will learn this separately in mixture and alligation concept. Okay, thank you. Now the next question. Question number 7. The total population of a village is 5,000. The number of males and females increases by 10% and 15% respectively, and consequently the population of the village becomes 5,600. So what was the number of males in the village? So again, what we will do, here is your male and here is the female. When you mix male and female, it becomes the total population. So this is the population. Now we don't know the ratio of male and female, okay, but we know that the number of males increased by 10% and the number of females increased by 15%, and we also know that the total population increased by how much percent? Because initially the population was 5,000, and when the male and female increased, the population got increased by 56, that is the population got increased by 600 out of 5,000. So this is how much percent? So this is 12%. How I calculated this as 12%? So 600 upon 50, 5,000 can be written as 6 by 50. So multiply 2 at both the side, means in the numerator as well as in denominator. So it will become 12 by 100. 12 by 100 is what? 12%. So we will write 12% over here. Now write the difference. So this difference is 3. This difference is 2. So this will be the ratio of male and female. So the ratio of male and female is 3:2, and it is given that the total population initially was 5,000. Okay, 5,000 means male female sum is 5. So 5 is equivalent to 5,000. How many times? So 1,000 times. So each will become 1,000 times. So now the male population will be 3 into 1,000, that is 3,000. This was also one of the most beautiful question on the mixture and alligation concept. In mixture and alligation concept, generally the percentage part is inherent in it. Okay. Now the next question. Weight of two persons A and B are in the ratio 3:5. Each weight increases by 20% and the total weight of A and B together becomes 80 kg. The total weight of A and B is given as 80 kg. Okay. With an increase of 25%, by what percent did the weight of B increase? Means this is A, this is B. It is in the ratio 3:5 and the total weight A plus B is given as 80 kg. So from here we can say that A is 30 kg and B is 50 kg, because 3 plus 5 is 8, 8 is equivalent to 10, so 10 times. So the weight of A is 30 kg, the weight of B is 50 kg, and total weight A plus B is how much? 80 kg. Now each weight increases by 20%, so plus 20%. So how much is it? It is 6. Now A plus B increases by 25%. So increase 25%. How much it will be? So 25% means 1/4. So the increase will be 20. Now 6 plus x equals 20. So x is how much? 14. So there is an increase of 14 out of 50. Means how much percentage it got increased? So 14 out of 50. Means again multiply 2 at both the sides. Means numerator as well as denominator, it will become 28 upon 100, that is 28%. So option A is the correct answer. Now the next question, question number 9. A man loses 12.5% of his money, and after spending 70% of the remainder, he is left with rupees 210. How much had he at first? So initially, let's say that the man was having 100 rupees. Now he spent how much? 12.5%. Now I have explained you that 12.5% is equivalent to 1 by 8. Means out of 8 part, 12.5% is 1 part. So initially, let's say the man has 8. So he spent 12.5 means he spent 1. So the remainder is 7. Now out of this 7, out of this remainder, 70% is spent again. Okay. So out of this 7, 70% is spent. So 70% of 7 is how much? 4.9. Okay. So 4.9 is spent. So how much is remaining? 2.1. So on the percentage scale, you see that 2.1 is remaining and the real value is given 210. So 2.1 is equivalent to 210. So it is nearly, this is exactly 100 times. No? So how much he had first? So initially he had 8. So 8 is equivalent to how much? So again into 100. So it will become 800. So 800, A is the correct answer. Again, I will explain you this. 12.5%, as I saw 12.5%, just it got clicked in my mind that 12.5% is equivalent to 1 by 8. So 8 out of 8, 1 is lost. So how much is the remaining? 7. So out of this 7, 70% is spent. So 70% of 7 is how much? 10% is 0.7. So 70% is 7 into 0.7, that is 4.9. So 4.9 is spent out of this 7. So how much is the remaining? So 7 minus 4.9, that is 2.1. Now this 2.1 value is given as 210. So this is exactly 100 times. So this, the initial value will also be 100 times. So 8 into 100, that is 800 is the correct answer. Okay. The daily wage is increased by 20% and a person now gets 24 rupees per day. What was his daily wages before the increase? Okay. Now the daily wages is increased by 20%. Let's say initially the daily wages was 100%. It got increased by 20%. So the new wage will be 120%. Or we can say it like this. We can do it like this. 20% is equivalent to how much? 1 by 5. Means initially it was 5. It got increased by 1. So now the new will be 6. And now 6 is equivalent to 24. Here it is given na, that a person now gets 24 rupees per day. So 6 is equivalent to 24 how many times? 4 times. So what was his daily wages before the increase? So before the increase it was 5. So 5 is equivalent to how much? So into 4, that is rupees 20. Or you can do it like this, 100% increase of 20%. So the new increment is 120%. So 120% is given as 24. So what is 100%? So again 120, this divided by 5 is 24. So 100 divided by 5 is 20. So by both the way you will get the answer, the same answer. So it is better to solve such type of question with this ratio form because it makes your calculation quite easy. Okay. Now the next question. The population of a town is 10,000. It increases by 10% during the first year. During the second year, it decreases by 20% and increased by 30% during the third year. what is the population after 3 years? Okay, for such type of question, what we do, I will explain you the concept behind it. Suppose the initial is A. Okay, now this got increased or decreased, that is plus minus X%. Now again there is a successive increase or decrease by plus minus Y%. Now again there is a successive increase or decrease by plus minus Z%. So what is the final? So this final is A into 100 plus minus X by 100, 100 plus minus X by 100 into 100 plus minus Y upon 100 into 100 plus minus Z upon 100. By this way we can find the final values. Now suppose we are given the final values and we have to find the initial values. Suppose there is an increment of or decrement of X%, then again there is an increment or decrement of Y%, and then again there is an increment or decrement of Z%. This is a cycle, not till Z. You can just make another increment or decrement by K%, by Z%. So for how many times you want to do, you can do it. Okay. So here the final value is given as P, and you have to find this initial value. So how to find this initial value? So this initial value will be P into 100 upon 100 plus minus X into 100 upon 100 plus minus Y into 100 upon 100 plus minus Z. This is the formula which we apply to find such type of questions. Okay. Now this question number 11. Here the initial value is given, that is 10,000. Then there is an increment of 10%, so plus 10%. Then there is an decrease by 20%, so minus 20%. Then it got increased by 30%, so plus 30%. So you have to find what is the population after 3 years, that is final. Now I have explained you how to calculate the final. So initial, that is 10,000 into 100 plus 10, that is 110 by 100 into 100 minus 20, that is 80 by 100 into 100 plus 30, that is 130 by 100. So this 0 got cancelled, this 0 got cancelled, this 0 got cancelled. Then 3 zeros got cancelled from here, this 3. Now this is 11 into 8 into 13. Now how to do it? 13 into 8, 104. 104 into 11 is how much? So I have explained you already that how to multiply any number by 11. So first take unit digit, then the sum 4, then this sum 1, and then last 4. So that is 1144 and into 10. 10 was also there, so you multiply here by 10. So this is 11,440. So option C is the correct answer. If you will do it like this, you will do it very fast, else it will take a lot of time. Now the second question. The price of an article was increased by P%. Later, the new price was decreased by P%. If the latest price was rupees 1, the original price was, means the price of an article was increased by P%. So it got increased plus P%. Now the new price was decreased by P%. Now it got reduced by P%, so minus P%. And the latest price, that is the final price, is given as rupees 1. So we have to find what is the original or the initial price. So I have explained you how to find the initial. So initial is 1 into 100 upon 100 plus P into 100 upon 100 minus P. This is how much? 10,000 upon 100 plus P into 100 minus P. That is A plus B into A minus P. This is equivalent to how much? A square minus B square. This is a formula. A plus B into A minus B, A square minus B square. So this becomes 100 into 100, that is 10,000 minus P square. So this is the answer. So option D is the correct answer. Now, next question. Prakash scored 73 marks in physics. He scored 60 marks in chemistry and X marks in biology. The maximum marks for each subject is 200. The overall percentage of marks obtained by Prakash in all the three subjects together is 60%. How much marks did Prakash score in biology? So here it is given that overall percentage of marks obtained by Prakash in all the three subjects together is 60. So Prakash got 60% in all the three subjects. So maximum marks in one subject is 200. So total marks is 600. So 60% of 600 is how much? 360. So Prakash got total 360 in physics, chemistry and biology. So in physics he got 73 marks. In chemistry he got 60% marks. So 60% out of 200, that is 120. So how much marks he got in bio? So this is very simple question. So X is how much? So 360 minus 193, that is 167. Option D is the correct answer. Okay. The next question. A man invested 15% of his monthly income in LIC. So initially he had 100%. So out of that he invested 15%. How much is the remaining? So 85% is the remaining. And remaining he gave to his mother. So 85% he gave to his mother. Mother spent 10% of it. So 10% of 85 is how much? 8.5. So 8.5 got spent. So how much is the remaining? So 76.5. Now she had left with rupees 30,600. So here 76.5 is equivalent to 30,600. So what? Find the salary of the man. So what is 100%? 76.5% is equivalent to 30,600. So just remove one decimal from here and multiply 10 over here. Now 765 4 times is 30,160. Now 10 from here and 10 from here. This is 400 times. So you will multiply 400 here also. So it will become 40,000. Now in 1000. So your option E is the correct answer because it is already given 40,000. Now the next question. Ramola's monthly income is 3 times Ravina's monthly income, and Ravina's monthly income is 15% more than Ruchira's monthly income. Ruchira's monthly income is 32,000. What is Ramola's annual income? Okay. So firstly, we will not take this percentage. We will, let's say, Ruchira's monthly income is 100. So Ravina's monthly income is how much? So this is 100, 115. Now this is Ruchira's monthly income. Sorry, this is Ravina's monthly income. Now Ramola. So Ramola is 3 times of Ravina. So Ramola will be 115 into 3. That is equivalent to how much? 345. Now this 100 is equivalent to 32,000. So 345 is equivalent to how much? First of all, you will calculate this. So this is 320 times. So 345 into 320, that is 690 into 160. This is equivalent to how much? 110,400. Now mind it, 110,400 is in option number A, but don't tick option A as the correct answer because this is the monthly income, not the annual income. The annual income is 110,400 into 12. So just multiply 1104 into 12. So it will be 2208 and 1104. This will be 4823. 13248 and 00. So option B is the correct answer, not option A. This was an easy question, but I had put this question just to let you know that sometimes in the easy question you can make some wrong calculations or you can make some mistake. Okay, so thank you friends. I hope I have answered all your question well. So thank you. That's all for today. Have a wonderful day.